Welcome back, everyone. This is update 0.95. Happy New Year to all of you. I've been away for almost 3 weeks now, so I had a great time with the family and a holiday in Australia. It was a lot of fun. I hope you all had a great holiday period as well. So a bunch of cool updates for you in update 0.95. First, I want to show you a few things. I've changed added a bunch of shortcuts. So for instance, if when you're building your written stage briefing, more often than not you would be checking this out, picking your cameras here from this list, and sometimes you want to go in and change the camera quickly, and you basically have to back out all the way to the main menu and come back again. Now you have the ability to just click here, open camera controls, do your camera tuning here, and then come back immediately to the screen. So much more handy with this feature. Second thing I have is in weather control. You can easily reset your weather to default. So if you've messed up the settings and you want to go back to default, it just clicks the button. You would just set it back to default and you're good to go. Another improvement here is one of the scan bays in Paul Bunyan. For those of you who don't know, we have scan bays here, and in Paul Bunyan we had a bay 6 with the shoot house here. But now they basically torn down the shoot house, so now I made one without the walls. And incidentally, I've also made those shoot house, made that available if you want to put those back into the bay or into your own bay if you want. The other big enhancement is with the sightline. Now the sightline object has a way to show you the scanning area. So it basically, this sightline object scans from 0 to 180 degrees. So I've added this red bar here and changed the circle to a cone, so you can see that it's pointing this way. And so it basically does a scan from 0 degrees to 180 degrees. And you can see I have multiple sightline objects here onto the screen, and then if you want, you can just click on this and then you can rotate it and it will show you where it's conducting a scan. One of the other more requested feature is having the ability to update the sightline object when you drop something or when you change something. So for instance, if I move this wall over here and I let go, now you see that it has changed it has basically updated all the sightline objects. So basically I can keep dropping stuff in, like that, and then the sightline object will automatically update for you. Or even if you put stuff that will occlude these two targets, and you see that it will update accordingly. So that's a pretty handy feature as well. Also, I got requests for 3 new props, actually a few new props, mainly from the 3gun Airsoft folks in Hong Kong and Macau. Basically, there was one request for a quick one, which is a short wall with a port here, and I'm surprised that I did not have this one, so I included that into the tool now. And also, if you go to miscellaneous, you see a bunch of 3gun Airsoft targets. So basically, the stack targets like this. Let me just come down here a little bit. And then you have the double stack like that. You have the stack side by side. You have the quad stack. You also have now the swingers and the double swingers, and also the double with no shoot swingers. This was all requested by them, so now I made this available. The last feature I included, which I think is a super interesting and exciting feature, is basically the ability to load custom objects, custom 3D objects into the tool. Today, most of these tools have provided as part of the design tool, about maybe 600 of them now I think, are all created by me. So I made all this, I animated them and so forth. But it doesn't cover everything that any user will probably need. If you have any specific or custom ones that you've basically designed in 3D, you can now import them into a tool as a custom object. And the only file format I support right now is GLTF or GLB files. And most 3D tools can export any 3D object into .glb. Things like Blender, 3D Studio Max, anything would be able to export to that format. If not, you can find converters online for you to convert from one format to another. So this is how you do it. You go over to miscellaneous. I have this object now called the custom prop. You can drop it anywhere onto your stage. You can also transform and change them as you like. So drop it down. Now you see there's an option to load GLB file or to change the size. So if you hit I to load GLB file, all you have to do is just look for a GLB file anywhere. So for instance, I have this comfy a yellow chair, for instance, in GLB format that I downloaded from cgtrader.com and then put it in the Blender and export it to GLB. Now when I open it, it will load that file. So just like any 3D object, you can rotate, you can scale, you can make it bigger. Let me see, by using the arrow key, you can make it bigger, make it longer, and so forth. You can transform them. You can also clone them if you like, just by hitting the middle mouse button, just as you would with any other prop. And you can save them with your stage file. Please bear in mind, the complexity of the model matters. So if you load a gigantic GLB file with millions and millions of polygons, it's going to slow your computer down. It's going to slow the tool down. So you have to be very careful when you import these custom objects. So I can also drop in another one here. Maybe load up a different one. Let's pick up the comfy seat, for instance. As you can see, there's a slight pause when it loads a model. And so now you can load all kinds of models, any kind of model you like, although there will be no animations, there's no support for any active props or anything like that. They're just basically normal 3D models or meshes, if you like. Yeah, so I think this feature is pretty cool. I can't wait to see some of the cool things that you import into the tool. Please bear in mind, this file must be in the same location that when you've loaded into this custom prop. If you load this custom prop like this and then physically move the GLB file to a different folder in your computer, this thing's not going to work, right? So all you have to do is just hit I and then look for it again, and then load it up like that. So there you go. I hope you like the update 0.95. Again, please give me some feedback. You can hit escape, go over to the settings feedback tool here, or the best way is to join our Discord server. The link to the Discord server is in the YouTube description below. So apart from that, have a great 2023, all of you. I can't wait to see all the cool things that you've built and all the cool stages that you've built using this tool. Have a great weekend, all of you, and see you on the range.